The year 1939 marked a fascinating chapter in the history of the American wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent. This coin carries a legacy that began in 1909 when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The wheat penny quickly became one of the most beloved coins in United States history, and the 1939 edition stands as a significant piece within that long story as we journey through the history of the 1939 wheat penny. We uncover a time when America was still recovering from the Great Depression. The nation was on the brink of great change, industries were starting to rise again, and the American people were holding on to hope. The penny at this time was more than just currency. It was a symbol of perseverance and national pride, minted in two main facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The 1939 wheat penny came in two varieties, the 1939 no mint mark penny struck in Philadelphia and the 1939 D penny struck in Denver. Philadelphia coins bore no mint mark, while those from Denver displayed the small letter D below the date. Each version tells a slightly different story of production and distribution across the nation. The composition of the 1939 wheat penny followed the traditional bronze alloy made up of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This mixture gave the coin its rich reddish-brown tone, which over time often darkened to deeper shades of brown or even black. Depending on storage conditions, collectors often prize the original red luster that shines from coins that have been well preserved in mint state condition. The obverse side of the coin features the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, surrounded by the words, "In God we trust liberty," and the date. 1939, the reverse side, carries the two iconic wheat ears curving along the edges of the coin, framing the words, "1 cent United States of America," and "E pluribus unum," meaning out of many one. The wheat ears were symbolic of prosperity and growth, fitting imagery for a country still regaining its strength during the late 1930s. Minting numbers were fairly moderate compared to some earlier years. The Philadelphia Mint struck around 316 million pennies, while the Denver Mint produced about 15 million. These numbers mean that while the 1939 penny is not considered rare, it remains a cherished collectible, especially in higher grades. The value of the 1939 wheat penny varies depending on condition. Circulated examples are generally worth only a few cents, but uncirculated specimens can range much higher. Coins with strong details, sharp lines, and bright color can command impressive prices at auctions, especially those graded Mint State 65 and above by professional coin grading services. Some red-toned examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. As we dive deeper into the story of the 1939 wheat penny, it is important to consider the broader context of American life. In that year, Europe was descending into World War II, while the United States maintained neutrality, but tensions were rising. The economy was improving, and new technologies were beginning to emerge. Automobiles, radios, and motion pictures were transforming society. Coins like the wheat penny served as everyday reminders of the nation's unity and progress. During this time, Lincoln's image on the penny was especially meaningful. His leadership through America's greatest internal crisis continued to inspire citizens living through global uncertainty. The wheat penny design itself was nearing the end of its run. By the late 1930s, plans were already being considered to redesign the reverse of the coin to better reflect modern America. Eventually, in 1959, the reverse wheat ears would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1939 wheat penny therefore stands as one of the later issues of the classic wheat-back design and serves as a bridge between two eras in coinage history for collectors today. Studying and collecting 1939 wheat pennies offers insight into minting techniques of the time. Coin planchets were prepared by rolling sheets of bronze metal through presses to the correct thickness, then punching out circular blanks. These blanks were cleaned and heated before being struck by dies carrying the obverse and reverse designs. The pressure of the coin press imprinted Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears with precision, though variations in striking strength and die wear led to differences in coin quality. These small differences are what intrigue collectors who study minor details such as doubling weak strikes and die cracks. To identify unique varieties in 1939, quality control at the mints had improved compared to earlier years. Fewer major errors were released, but minor die variations still occurred, such as slight doubling of the date or mint mark. These coins are rare and can fetch higher values among numismatists. While the 1939 wheat penny may not hold the fame of rarer years, like the 1909 SVDB or the 1914 D, its charm lies in its connection to history. Each coin passed through countless hands buying groceries, newspapers, and stamps during a time when every cent truly mattered for many Americans. The wheat penny was a symbol of thrift and hope. The simplicity of its design carried a quiet strength. Much like Lincoln himself, collectors often note how the coin's design reflects American ideals. The wheat on the reverse represented agricultural abundance and hard work, while Lincoln's profile stood for leadership, equality, and the enduring struggle for freedom. Even. The small phrase, a pluribus unum, reminded citizens of their unity through diversity. The 1939 wheat penny was a product of an era of rebuilding, but also of optimism as America looked toward the future. Numismatists and historians today study these coins not only for their monetary value, but for what they represent: the craftsmanship of early 20th century minting, the artistic vision of Victor Brenner, and the continuity of Lincoln's image across generations. When holding a 1939 wheat penny, one holds a piece of American heritage, a link to the pre-war world, and to the countless ordinary people who used these coins in their daily lives, from farmers in the Midwest to factory workers in industrial cities. The wheat penny circulated everywhere. It witnessed moments of hardship, resilience, and recovery throughout the 1930s and into the 1940s. As we continue this exploration, we can dive deeper into how these coins were used, how they aged over time, and how collectors today evaluate their beauty. Many enthusiasts categorize wheat pennies by color red-brown or red-brown, and by grade ranging from good to brilliant. Uncirculated coin grading plays a vital role in determining value and authenticity. As 2 hours of history unfolds, we trace the penny's path through minting, distribution, and collecting, uncovering the personal stories behind the metal. We explore how wartime shortages soon after 1939 would change coin compositions, leading to steel cents in 1943.